Hey, what's up, Oh, I know what I was gonna do. Hey, what's up, everybody? Coach Nettie here from Nettie After Dark. Y'all get in here, please. Actually, let me you guys get in here. I'll be right back. There we go. Oh, there we go. What's up, everybody? Coach Nettie here from Nettie After Dark. You guys, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. When you come in, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button and that you say hello in the comments. Sorry, I had to pop off and then go over and pop on to our Facebook page and put it there as well. What's up, you guys? Let me get my little orange juice before I give you guys the rundown about what's going on this morning. Today is a big day for me today. So make sure you say hello in the comments because I know it's not just nosy bitches in here today, but I want them to be here too today. Give people time to get their notifications and pop on. Yeah, we'll give people time to get their notifications and come on. Oh, let me make sure I have my card before I think so. Got to get a new card. Okay, you guys. So Y'all know over the last year or so, I have been, let me close this. Over the last, since I got out of jail, my life has been totally and completely different than it has been, and for the better. What's up, you guys? Make sure you say hello as you come in, please, and that you hit the thumbs up button. I would definitely appreciate it. Your nosy hating ass bitch with your notifications set. Thank you. Keep watching. I have been. What's up? What's up, ladies? Say hello in the comments, please, when you come in, and hit the thumbs up button as well. So as you guys know, over the last several years, over the last few years, I have been in a crazy, crazy situation. And my life had been turned upside down, certainly from my norm, how I'm accustomed to living, having, doing, being, etc. And as you all know, I'm doing laundry right now. So today is my last day here at this motel with an M. But I have been, I've been through a lot over the last couple of years. As you guys know, just level setting for people who will watch this on the replay, or as people come in who may not know what's going on. Hold on. Hi, mommy. How are you? Good. Uh-oh. I've been through hell and back over the last few years. And if this is your first introduction to my life, because I will be posting this on TikTok, we'll be over on TikTok a lot in the coming months or so. But if this is your first introduction to my life, then you don't know what's going on. So my name is Nandy, and one of my nicknames is Nandy. And I have, over the last year or so, been very, very, very out of the loop on a lot of different things, because for the first time in my life, I got addicted to narcotics, to opioids. And I don't drink, I don't drug, I don't smoke, I don't even smoke weed or wine. But my doctor prescribed some narcotics for an old injury that I had from a car accident from years ago back in New Jersey. And I took them, and my body became violently dependent. You guys make sure you hit the thumbs up button, please. Otherwise, I can just hop off and just vlog this, because I actually was thinking about just vlogging it, because I'm going to do basically my whole day from this motel to my house. I'm going to do take you guys along. But I was thinking about just doing it as a video as opposed to doing it live. So I may just do that, just kind of depending on a couple of things. But I'll do this introductory video first. So make sure that when you come in, you hit the thumbs up button. And I know it's super early, and we are a night team. We're usually up middle of the night, late nights is our time that we're usually around. So, this is a morning edition today. But so it's a special edition today, because today is a special day. I'm super excited. But so I became very, very, very violently dependent on narcotics, on opioids. And it was scary, because I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs. I don't even drink, or not even wine. So it was a very, very scary thing. And it was a very embarrassing situation, because I'm the queen. Everybody knows this. I'm the queen, and I've always had my own things. I've always had, my own homes and properties and cars and money and jobs, uber educated. And it was a fall. It was a fall from grace. And it was a very humbling last few years, very much so. I became see what's happening around this corner. I became homeless, as many of you guys know. Well, I sold my house first. That was first. And then I went through the equity in my house, and, spending it on different hotels like the Hilton and stuff like that for a long time. But you can only do that for so long. And after I ran through my money for, from the sale of my home and then my savings too, I was making good money. I was making $215 a year in corporate. So I had money saved up. So I was able to live at the Hilton for a very long time. So much so that some of the people who used to watch was like, she must work there. Somebody, the government must be paying. No, I was there on my own merit and on my own strength. But you can only do that for so long. It's not sustainable. So moved out of the Hilton, and over the last couple of years, the last few years or so, everything has been complete and total a nightmare. I became homeless. I had surgery, and I developed sepsis. You know what that is? It's an infection of the blood, basically, from that. And I lost a lot of weight. I heard somebody say online the other day, bitch, you lost weight because you was eating pills. Pills don't make you lose weight. No, I lost weight because I had a digestive problem. And I even took you guys along with me during that time that I was going to the doctors and getting my digestive system, studied and all that stuff. You guys, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button as you come in. What's up, Ari? Ari, when I woke up this morning, I was up late last night packing and to move out this motel. We're going to get into that. And I, when I woke up, I saw that you were live. I said, damn, I missed it. And you had the thumbnail and everything. I said, oh, shit. She's moving on up. She's moving on up. But anyway, so over the last year or so, I became homeless. Like I was home. Like I've never not had a home. Like a nice one. Never. In my own name, not my mama name or my uncle name or my cousin or brother name. In my name. I've always had my own shit in my own merit. And so it was very humbling to lose everything so publicly, you guys. It was very devastating. And went to jail for the first time in my life over the last couple of years, and still dealing with that. But hopefully that'll be wrapping up very soon. And I have a very positive outlook on the outcome of that, very much so. And I'm very grateful to God for it because like the charges were not accurate at all. So, which is what's taken this case so long. It's been 5.5 years. No case takes that long. No, I don't have co-defendants and all this, shit that people be saying online. People just be talking. But anyway, so let me walk around so you guys can see the property. Moving out today, in case you're just joining, please make sure you hit the thumbs up of this motel with an M. We're going to talk about a few things. On today. When I got out of jail, the last couple of months, back a few months ago, I had some money when I got out of jail, and how I got my money, being completely transparent with you guys and honest, because, oh wait, let me get my detergent. I left my Tide and bleach. Did I leave it in the office? I must have did. Yeah, I did. Let me go back to the office and get my Tide and bleach, because, yeah. I can't believe I did that. How I got my money when I got out of jail, how I had money when I was in jail. Well, I had money when I was in jail because I had money before I went into jail. And I sent money to a someone who I knew before I got arrested. The night that I got arrested, I knew that I was going to get arrested. And I transferred my money to her. and said, if something happens, you know, put this money on my book, like hold this money. I didn't say put this money on my books. I said, hold this money for me. It was several $100s. It's like $800 or something like that. And she did. And so when I got to jail, I had everything I needed because I called her and she was able to put the money on my books. Hold on, you guys. Let me go back in here and get my detergent. Hold on. Hello. I left my detergent. You guys, I had never come down here for breakfast. I've been here for 4 months. And I've never come one time, like when I first moved in here, I came down here for breakfast because they don't really have a big breakfast. They have what's called continental breakfast, bagels, oatmeal, waffle station, cereal, juice, milk, you know, the standard fare for a motel. I don't know, motels actually don't give you breakfast. This one is a little bit better of a motel. It's part of the it's a chain, it's a brand. And thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too, darling. And come outside so I can talk to you guys. My clothes are washing. I've never, maybe once, went to breakfast in there. But let me sit down. Moving out today, in case you're just joining. Moving into a lovely house. And it's a long time coming. And it's just the beginning. So let me sit down and talk to y'all. So, so I had money while I was in jail, for sure. You know what? Let me take y'all up to my room. It's been very expensive to live here. In case you've been wondering why I go as hard as I do when I'm online. I don't just get online talking shit, you know, just being goofy and stupid and silly, which we do that sometimes too. I'm not knocking anyone who does. I'm not even being shady. I'm just saying in general, like I'm handling business when I'm online. I'm literally rebuilding my life and digging out of a hole and rebuilding my empire. And that's going to take some doing to do because Rome wasn't built in a day. And neither are lifestyles. They're built over time. So hold on. Drink my orange juice. I will I'll tell you guys this piece and I'll take you up to my room. But so I had money. I was well taken care of while I was in jail. But another thing happened while I was in jail was that I came off of my bond. I came off of my bond. Do you know what that means? You don't know what that means and how big that is and how significant that is. Excuse me. As you guys know, I was out on bond on these crazy charges. Again, I'm grateful that it's coming to an end very soon. Something happened, and I want to go on record. I've always told you guys that. Say hello in the comments, please, so I know that you're here. Something happened, but definitely not what they said happened. None of that. None of that shit happened that they said. Like I never stole anyone's identity ever in life. There are no RICO charges, like all those RICO charges. As you've seen, it went from like 300 down to just a few. And even those few are not accurate. Like there's nothing, something happened, but nothing what they said. So I've been dealing with that for like the last 5 years. And it has done a number on my life because it's impacted me so much that I can't even go back into the corporate space and make, you know, the kind of money that I was making, probably in some capacity, but not in an executive leadership capacity, which I was in. You know, even if these charges all get cleared up or whatever, the information about me is still out there. It's inaccurate, definitely, but it doesn't matter. Once your mugshots are out there, once the story's out there, once the information is out there, you know, it doesn't even matter. If it gets cleaned up at a later time, it doesn't matter. That shit's out there and it's on the internet to stay. So, and I'm okay with that. I've made my money in corporate, made a lot of money over the years, and a lot of progress. And I worked hard for the last role that I was in, which was vice president for a major company, major organization, healthcare organization. And so anyway, all of that, God took all of that away, all of it, all of it. And it was a terrifying experience. So back to jail. I came off my bond. What does that mean? That means that when I got arrested and in Paulding, um, they transferred me during my time in Paulding. Um, they actually dropped all my charges in Paulding. If you guys, I don't know if I told you guys that, like the charges from years earlier, like driving without a license, not a license. I had a license, driving without insurance. It's my insurance that lapsed and I didn't realize it, but whatever. Failure to maintain lane, and then that charge for CVS, which they reduced to theft by taking, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that's what they do in these counties. So all those charges got dropped. If you guys remember, I told you guys that I was going on a taking a Stinson plea at that time, which meant that I would plead guilty to those things in Paulding, and in a year, those things would come off of my record. Well, my attorney that I had, who's wonderful, was actually able to, and then I would have to like report it every month and pay a fee, which I did do all of that. But when I got arrested again in Paulding, like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, whatever it was, because I was at a hospital, is how it happened. And I'm being completely honest and transparent with you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't even do this vlog. I'm not going to do it and be lying. But I went to a hospital in Paulding County, and I was there, and I used a completely different name because I'm a vlogger. When I go live, people know that I'm live, and they had been going up to the hospital. They've been definitely calling up to that. One time they went up to the hospital, but they've been calling up to the hospital repeatedly. I don't know who they are. Of course, they're not going to say their name. And of course, they're going to call from a Google number or whatever number, whatever, because I definitely asked about it. So, because I would go live and say, you guys, I'm in the hospital, da, da, da. And then people who hate my guts will call up to the hospital to just call my room, found out which room I was in when I was using my name. And then going up to the hospital and doing all kinds of shit, right? Which they've done over the years. Wherever I go, they know I'm there. They will call there or go there, or, you guys have seen them do this. Okay. They, people who watch the page, who hates my guts. So I went to the hospital and I used a different name because I did not want to avoid that situation. And in the process of me using a different name at the hospital, the police were called, because this time I just didn't even have the fight in me to like they had asked me for a piece of information, like my date of birth or something like that, some kind of identifiable information. They didn't ask for the proof of it, but they wanted to know what it was. And I gave them my actual date of birth because I wasn't trying to trick them in that way, but it didn't tick and tie. For whatever reason, they got suspicious and they called the police, and the police came and they arrested me. That's why I got arrested. I wasn't there using somebody else's name. I wasn't there seeking drugs or whatever or anything like that. I would tell you if I was, because I'm being transparent about my so-called opioid journey at this time. But what happened was, while I was there in the hospital, they were about to give me some Dilaudid. They weren't writing me a prescription for drugs. I wasn't there like, oh, let me get. They were about to write me. I mean, not write me. They were going to give me some Dilaudid, which is a narcotic, which is an opioid. And which over the last, I don't know, several months or so, whenever I go to the hospital, they would give me that because of something I was having, some complications that I was having from my surgery, right? And my surgery like a year and a half ago, my gallbladder, I got my gallbladder removed, if you guys remember that. And like I said, I developed sepsis from that and so many other things. But anyway, they would give me Dilaudid. They were about to give me some Dilaudid. They hadn't given it to me yet, but they were about to give it to me. And so when the police came and they were like, "What's your name?" When the police came, I told them straight up what my name was. I didn't say, "Oh, my name is whatever the name was that I gave the hospital," so that people didn't know that I was there. I gave them my real name. And they asked me for my date of birth, and I gave them my real date of birth. And they asked me for my driver's license, and I gave it to them. I did not lie. And they were like, "Well, why did you tell these people that your name is so and so?" So I told them the story, and that doesn't matter. Once you do that, that's a charge. And so they came with the like the fingerprint machine to make sure that I still wasn't, like that I wasn't lying to them, which I wasn't, because I knew that if I lied to them, that would be an obstruction charge. Like, it would just make the situation even worse. So anyway, so they took me to jail for that. And while I was in jail, you guys, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button or the like button. We're only on YouTube right now. And make sure that you hit the like button. I would definitely appreciate it. Let me walk and talk. Let me take you guys on a little tour. I'm moving out today by the grace of God. Moving out, moving up. But they oh shit. They arrested me. They took me to jail in Paulding County. And while I was there, and I was kind of grateful that I was in jail. Ooh, the bleach cap off. Smell bleach. Put it back on. Anyway, they took me to jail. And I was kind of grateful that they took me to jail, because I was having a rough go at it. And it was a horrible, miserable existence. I was homeless. You guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up, please. I was homeless, and so many things. I was a lot of things. And going to jail saved me in a lot of ways. So when I got there to Paulding County, which I never thought that I would say something like that, because I'm not a jailbird. I'm not a lifelong in and out of jail person at all. This is like my first time going to jail these last couple of years. But while I was in there, my attorney had got those charges dropped for the original from 4 years ago for Paulding County. The driving on suspended insurance and failure to maintain lane, and the CVS charge, the theft by taking, which I didn't steal anything, but that's the charge that they reduced it to, because that's the standard thing that they do. On certain charges, they'll reduce it to certain other charges. So anyway, she got all those charges dropped while I was in there. And but while I was locked up in Paulding, what happened was I had a court date for Cherokee County and Cobb County. As y'all know, Carmen lied to get me locked up in jail. And anyway, so they put a warrant out for my arrest for Cherokee County because I didn't show up. I was locked up in court. It's just stupid that they do that. Doing laundry before I move out today. Didn't want to take long. I have a washer and dryer in my new home. I just didn't want to take any dirty clothes with me. And plus, I had money still left on my digital card that I purchased here for my laundry. And I wanted to use all of that before leaving today. It makes sense to leave $25 on a card that you're not going to ever use again. So I just came to wash my laundry this morning. But so got the charges dropped, and I really don't want to. I'm probably gonna take this to the house and hang it up. I really don't want to. Certain things you're not supposed to put in the dryer, like my work shirts and stuff. I usually don't put those in the dryer. So get locked up in Paulding, got the charges dropped, and then it's time to get out. It's like, oh, we can't let you out because you have a hold for Cherokee County and you have a hold for Cobb County. I was like, why do I have a hold? And they didn't know, of course. But so instead of leaving Paulding, they took me to Cherokee, which is where I spent like 2 months in Cherokee. And while actually, let me take a step back. While I was in Paulding, my attorney was like, the prosecutor called her about me and was like, you have a Miss Williams in jail. She's been sitting in Paulding County for the last month. And her case is with the federal court. Her case is here in the federal office, and these are misdemeanors while she's here. You know, you giving a fake name at the hospital is not a fucking felony. So he was like, the prosecutor was like, oh my God, she's been sitting in jail for a month. So my attorney, who was court appointed, came down to the jail immediately the next day and was like, Miss Williams, I'm so sorry that you've been sitting in this jail for a month because your case somehow got sent to the federal division of court, and it should have been in the state court because these are misdemeanors. This is not a felony. And it was like, so we have court on Tuesday and we'll let you out. And the prosecutor should agree to let you out. I'm going to ask her to let you out and as time served. And so I'm trying to make sure that I get it right because I don't want to lie. We're going to let you out as time served. So you guys make sure you hit the thumbs up button and the like button, please. I'm going to take you guys with me for the rest of the day today. And as I move into my new house and out of this motel. Let me close this. So, which is a big deal. And I'm very grateful for it. So he goes, you should have only been in this jail at Paulding County for a couple of days. You know, like this is a misdemeanor. It's not a big deal. He said it's akin to basically a traffic ticket or jaywalking or something like that. And you've been in the jail for a long time. So we got court on Tuesday. And when you go, I'm going to ask the prosecutor to give you time served and, and time served. So I was like, okay, great. He was like, and I know she'll agree to it because I already talked to her because the prosecutor is the one who alerted me to the fact that you were still sitting in jail and rotting away. And, your case was in the wrong division, branch of court, felony court. That's what it is instead of misdemeanor court. Okay. So I go to court on Tuesday and they say, okay, we'll give her time served, but we also want to give her a year probation, right? And I was like, you didn't say that. You said they were going to do time served. He was like, yeah, but they want to do a year probation also. So I was like, okay, cool. So I agreed to the 1 year probation for Paulding, and I'm ready to get out because I could get out that day because it's time served and 1 year probation. Well, it comes time to get out of jail, and hold on. It comes time to get out of jail, and then like you got a hold for Cherokee County, you got a hold for Cobb, and I already knew. I'm like, I must have had a court date while I was in here, so they took me out of Paulding and they put me in Cherokee. I was there for like 2 months. While I was in Cherokee, I had a great idea. I had a brilliant idea because Cherokee is where all my big charges that I had, that's where they were. That's where they stemmed out of. And again, if you're just watching this, I'm not saying nothing didn't happen. I'm saying what they said happened didn't fucking happen at all, which is why I've been out for 5 years. Ain't got shit to do with a co-defendant, Lakeisha. But so anyway, they take me from Paulding and they put me in Cherokee. And I'm still again grateful because I'm homeless at this point, and I'm at my lowest point in life, right? So, when I say I'm homeless, I clearly I had some money because I transferred some to my friend before I left, but I was by all accounts, homeless, and malnourished, and just, you saw the pictures. The pictures were, the mugshots told everything. It told the story. There's nothing that I can tell you on this live or any other live that will explain the situation better than the mugshots, because they tell a story. So while I was in Cherokee, I'm like, well, I should come off my bond and get my money back that I put down to get me out. Coming off your bond means, so I was out on bond for the last 4.5 years from these charges that I'm talking about that are completely wrong. But I paid, if you remember, $17,000 to get out of jail, to come off that bond. Cash. Like I had sold my house, as y'all know. This is very public stuff. I sold my house to get out of jail because I didn't know anyone in Georgia to bond me. I didn't have anyone. All my family is in another state. I'm in Georgia by myself. And those charges were so serious that the people I do know and did know in Georgia, they were not trying to touch those charges because the bond was so high. When I first went to jail, my bond was almost $1 million fucking dollars. My bond was like $800 and something thousand, because what they did was they attached a charge for every a dollar amount for every single charge. So after being in Cherokee for a while, 4 years ago, I went through the system and went in front of the right judge, and he was like, this girl don't even have a record. She's never been in trouble before. Like, why is this? Why did y'all make her bond like this? Like, why did y'all do this? It gummies up the system. And he reduced my bond from $800 and something thousand to like $30 something thousand, right? Which is major, massive, right? And because I never had a record. I never did anything wrong with that. I was never in trouble with the law. So it was easy for the judge to see that. And the way my attorney at the time positioned it was like, this lady is master's level educated. She has a house here in Georgia, in Cobb County, in Kennesaw. And, she works here. She does this and blah, blah, blah. Basically painting the story that I wasn't a flight risk. Like she has roots and ties to Georgia. This is how I got my bond reduced. And I'm not a flight risk. I'm still here 4.5 years later. Haven't run, never ran, never will. But they're concerned about that when you have big charges like that and you have a big bond. Even the bond agencies don't want to fuck with you because most people would have dipped by now on those charges. And RICO fucking charges. RICO, all the charges. Y'all know the charges. Not one of them shit's true at all. Something did happen. So when this all shakes out and I can tell y'all for real, the act, like every single thing, then you'll understand. But none of the shit that they said happened. None of that happened. None of it. I've never stolen anybody's fucking identity or done RICO charges and all the other shit that they said. But anyway, okay. Which is why I'm still out 4.5, 5 years later. But they're working to get it right. And I'm grateful for that. But anyway, so while I'm in jail, I'm like, well, I gave them $17,000 4 years ago. This is when I was in jail 4 months ago. And if I come off my bond, meaning take myself off my bond, turn my bond in, then I would get my money back, my $17,000. I would get my money back. And, and now this time, 4.5 years later, I do know someone in Georgia, or a couple of people who would bond me out because I had to sell my house again because I didn't have any family in Georgia and it had to be somebody in Georgia. So I had family in other states who were willing to do it, but they had to live in Georgia with the type of charges that I had and the amount that fucking bond was over. The judge was mad. Like, why would y'all get this girl $1 million bond? She didn't kill and like unalive someone. Like, and she doesn't have a record. Like, this is an injustice. And he reduced it, like I said, from 800,000 to 35,000. Okay. So, which still $35,000. I'm like, if I sell my house, I will have that. I'll have more than that. But I'm gonna need money once I get out of jail. This is what I was thinking at the time. Because at the time, again, I still had my house. I was in jail and, all the things. So I'm like, when I get out, it's going to be different if I sell my house. So I'm going to need the money. So I asked for a bond reduction. So the judge reduced my bond even further from 35,000 down to 17,000. He cut it in half. Yep, he cut it in half. And I was like, all right, 17,000, bet I could do that. So I sold my house, got a ton of equity out my house, and used my real estate agent at the time to go sign for me. It was a big deal. Selling a fucking house in jail is an egregious task. Well, let me do this because I gotta go. I gotta move. Um, it's an egregious task selling your house from jail. It's an egregious task selling a house as a fucking free person, but doing it from jail, you don't get on the phones when you want to because the girls are always hogging up the phones, and an offer comes in for your house. You know, offer only lasts for a couple of days and then it expires. So I wasn't able to call my real estate agent back at the time that, you know, I got an offer. It was hard. So beautiful house that I had, but it was hard to sell it because I couldn't get to the fucking phones. Like, you trying to sell a house from jail, it's crazy. So anyway, I sold the house and got my realtor to sign on my behalf. And one of my friends in California, I got him to be my power of attorney because I totally trusted him. And he did, and sold the house. The realtor took $17,000 out of the sale of the house, and she brought the check up there to me, the closing at when she closed on the house, and brought it up to the jail. They took me out my cell. I went and I signed on the back of my check. She deposited it into her bank account, and it took a couple of days to clear. When it cleared, she took 17 grand out of it, and she took 17 grand out and brought it up to the jail. And the jail let me go up to the front desk and sign for it myself because I didn't want her to be the person who was getting me out of jail with my own money, because when it came time to get my bond money back, that 17 grand back, it goes to the person who signed on that paper, who bonded you out. So I wanted to be the person who bonded my fucking self out so I can get my 17 grand back, because you never know. I was cool with the realtor, but you never know what can happen. You know, like if she moves out of whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So I did. So when I was in jail, so I took the 17 grand, I got myself out. Just like that. And I paid cash, so I didn't have to go through a bond agency. So Carmen was beating the ground on her live looking for my bond company to try to get me in trouble to get my bond snatched. But the reality was I wasn't on bond. I didn't go through a bonding agency. So anyway, so I get to Cherokee here recently, and I'm like, I need my $17,000 back. The only way I could do that is come off my bond. So I work with the higher ups in the jail, the major and beyond the sergeant, the lieutenants, the majors, and even the sheriff knew about this, right? So I get to the jail. First I started with a corporal, and I explained the situation. Like, listen, I'm here in Cherokee on an open case. I have a bond that that I was out on, and it was 17,000. I paid cash for it. I want to come off my bond. Can you help me? It was like, yeah, we can do that. You can come off your bond. It's not something that happens all the time, and definitely not for this amount of money. But yeah, let me start the paperwork. It was a really great corporal. And he did. He went that same day. They went and got all the paperwork for me to sign to come off my bond. Had to be notarized. Blah, 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 blah. He had to get the sheriff, everybody within that jail, they had to sign off on this because it was a big amount of money. Like, what's going to happen to the money once I get it? You know, like, who's going to get the money? Where they're going to put it? What they're going to do? Anyway, the short version of the story is it took 2 months. This is why I was in Cherokee for so long. People don't be knowing what they're talking about when they get online talking to other people's business. Why they in jail, what happened, what they did, what took them so long, why they was in there for a long time. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Not y'all, the people who had their mouth on this, running with it, talking shit. I was coming off my bond, and that took a process. You can't just come off your bond. It doesn't work like that. It got to go through all kinds of channels and chains of command. And I was patient because, bitch, I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I'm hungry, and I need my 17,000. So when I get out, I get the ground running and start getting myself out of this hole. Okay. Let me put this. Let me start this dryer, you guys. Hold on. This new technology with these dryers is crazy. Hold on, you guys. Give me a second. You guys, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. I would definitely appreciate it. Let me navigate over to the app to start this dryer, and then I'll take you guys up to my room and show you guys that. Hold on, I'll be right back. The dryer. I had to use the last money, like I said, that was on my card. I'm back. I had to use the last money that was on my card because I'm leaving here today. And I didn't want to have $25 worth of credits that I bought for the wash machines, even though I have a washer and dryer at the new house. Whatever. Okay, let's go up to my room. So, so it takes a while to come off your bond. It ain't some shit you can just do. It got to go through the courthouse. You got to get it notarized. Somebody have to come down. They have a notary in jail. Notarize it. Then it's sent to the courthouse. That takes a few weeks to 15 business days. It's a long process, honey. It's a long. And meanwhile, I'm in jail in Cherokee the whole time, getting myself together emotionally, mentally, physically. My diabetes came under control because I wasn't drinking, orange juice all the time. Orange juice spikes your blood sugar, whatever. So finally, eventually, it gets all approved. They send the money from the court, the 17 grand. They send it from the courthouse to the jail. They put it on my books. And so I'm waiting for the money to hit my books at any time. And again, this had to be blessed by the major, to this, to that, because that's a lot of money to be putting on somebody's commissary books. But they put it there so I can sign it over to somebody, and that's exactly what happened. So they eventually, after a whole lot of time, it seemed like forever, the check came from Cherokee County Courthouse. They sent it to the jail. Like, don't send it anywhere else because I'm in jail. When it got to the jail, one of the execs brought the check to me. I signed it in the pod. I signed it, and they took it back, and they put the money in my account, my commissary account. And then my friend, I had her, the person who I transferred the money to, I signed the check over to her. She came up and you have to fill out a form, because you can do that. It's nothing unusual about signing money over to people from jail. But $17,000 is a lot of money. Like, they had never seen that, had never been done before. So it was a lot of people involved, is what I'm trying to say. Let me go upstairs. So they finally put the money in my account. So now I got the money. Now, because I do know some people in Georgia at this point in time, I get bonded out through a bond agency this particular time. And so I go out on bond, get out on bond, and I pay a portion of it. And the first thing and so I didn't get out of Cherokee, and my bond was a lot. It was higher than the regular amount because I still had these charges. It was higher than the 10% because I still had these charges that I was still facing. So, so they still consider you a risk. So I'm ready to get out. Then they're like, oh no, you got a Cobb County hold for these charges from Carmen C.T. O'Reilly. I'm like, okay, great. I wasn't like, okay, great. I was mad. I was very upset. So I get they take me from Cherokee and they take me to Cobb. I get bonded out of Cobb within like a day because now I got the money and the means, the ability, the resources, the people. So I bond myself out of Cobb. That's a few thousand. Getting out of Cherokee, that's a few thousand. And so when I got out of Cobb, is my room? No. When I got out of Cobb, I went straight to Paulding County, where I was out on where they had given me the year probation while I was locked up. I went to Paulding County and probation office within 24 hours of me getting out of jail. And I gave them cash. It was $1,000 straight up. I told you guys this before. It's not the first time I told y'all about what I did when I got out of Paulding, out of Cobb. I went straight to Paulding County probation and paid the $1,000 because I could have paid $40 a month. I'm like, no, let me just pay this whole thing because I don't have time for probation at all. Like, that's how people get caught up and get put back in jail because they don't make probation. They don't make their probation time for whatever reason. And for various reasons, people are in jail for violating their probation. Most of the women in jail that I was locked up with, probably about 85% of them were in there for a VOP, violation of probation. And I knew when I got out that that shit wasn't going to happen to me. If there was any way that I could pay it off in advance or do whatever I needed to do, I was going to do that. So as soon as I got out of jail, I went to, and I told you guys this already, I went to the Paulding County office, probation. And as soon as I get in there, I'm like, hi, my name is Daia, and I just got out of jail. So I know I missed my probation report date, but I was locked up. They was like, oh, we just issued a warrant for your arrest. I was like, what? It was like, yeah, it's a warrant out for your arrest. I said, no. I was locked up, which is why I didn't come to my probation and handle my probation stuff. So is it my driver? Okay. So my probation officer comes out, which I had only met her in court because this is my first time. I've never been on probation, and I only saw her in court a couple of months earlier while I was still locked up in Paulding. So she's like, what's going on? She was like, yeah, Ms. Williams, I just put an order in the system for a warrant for you because you didn't come to your for probation last month. I said, well, I was locked up. Here's the papers right here to show that it's called proof of incarceration. So she looks at it. She's like, okay, bet. So I go back to her office. She takes the order for the warrant out of the system. This is how people get fucked up on these probations, yo. This is how it happens. If I was not on my shit, if I was on some bullshit when I got out of Cobb County and went on about my business, because now I got my money and I'm about my business, bitch, the warrant would have been valid and I would have been back in jail. Because when you get out of jail, if you have probation and you miss that probation date within 24 hours of your release from jail, you have to report to the probation office, bitch. When you get out of jail, immediately, don't pass go, don't collect $200, go straight to probation. And you think I didn't go straight to probation? Yes, the fuck I did. I didn't call my mama. I didn't call my twin brother. We're not twins, we're close in age. We very similar personality. We look damn near just alike. I didn't call any fucking body. Anybody when I got out of jail. I went to probation as soon as the sun came up. I was there before probation office opened. I had to go across the street and get breakfast. I told y'all this when I got out. I'm not making this up. I'm not making any of this shit up. And so they lift the warrant and they tell me, all right, you can pay $40 a month. It works out to like $40. It's like $1,000 fine. almost somewhere in there. You pay $40 a month. You got to report every month. And, you know, you got to report every month. It's $40 a month, whatever. I'm like, how do I get out of this? Can I just pay something? Yes, you can pay the whole fine. Instead of paying $40 a month, it worked out to like almost $1,000, like $900 and something else. And you need to also, go in my room. You need to also see if my card will work. Oh, this card doesn't work. You need to also, damn, why is my card? Hold on, y'all. My card not working. Let's get on my nerve. Hold on. Oh, there we go. You need to take an online course as well. It's a 4-hour course, and you gotta pay a fine for $1,000. I was like, oh, okay, bet I could do that. Straight up. I paid the fine that day. It was $980 something, almost $1,000. I paid it right on the spot. I paid that, and then I took the course. It was like a 4-hour course, right? And I took that course online for 4 hours. It was timed. It was horrible. And I wrote my probation officer immediately and said, listen, I completed everything that you said that I needed to complete to get off probation. Please remove me. Like, please make sure that there's no warrants that's ever going to be issued for me being on probation. Close my probation out, right? I learned that this is how people get fucked up. They do not follow the steps, and then they don't follow up with their probation officer, because it wasn't enough for me to pay the fine and then do the course. Nah, I got to let her ass know that I did all this and make sure she go in the system and ride her ass until she do, because that's how shit fall through the cracks. You did your part, but probation don't close out their part. That's how a lot of people get fucked up. But I learned from the girls in jail. I was listening to all those stories, and in my mind, I'm like, that shit ain't gonna never happen to me, ever. So she didn't even respond to me for like a week. And I kept at her, texting her at her cell phone number, emailing her a copy of completion of the certificate online that I had to do. Just reiterated that, you know, I paid that $1,000. Please close out my probation. Like, I need written proof of your acknowledgement that I completed everything I was supposed to do. I don't want to be on probation. I know. And finally, she responded, all nasty and shit, because these probation officers something else. Finally, she responded and was like, yes, I got your emails. Da, 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 da. And I was like, okay, bitch, that's all I needed to know. So she closes out my probation, and I'm good. So for all these hoes online talking about Nandy on probation, I'ma call your probation officer. Bitch, I'm not on probation, ho. Okay? I'm not on probation. Please believe I've learned a mighty lesson in this season of my life. Okay? A mighty lesson. And I'm not about to be repeating these lessons. I'm not doing any of that. I'm taking every fucking thing that's happening to me, learning from it, growing from it, and moving on from that shit. Okay? And will help somebody else on the back end once I completely make it out of this cycle and this season. I'm going to use this test for my testimony to help the next person avoid certain pitfalls and certain things. Okay. Let me take this trash out. My bed's a little messy because I'm moving out today, as you guys know. In case you're just joining and wondering what's happening and what's going on. But this is my room. I was in this motel room for the last 4.5 months. So I've been working on getting out of here basically since I've been in here. And by the grace of God, you know, I got approved for a house, and I'm moving out and moving up and moving on. And I'm really grateful. So I've been working on this. So this is not something like, we'll get into that. We'll get into how people were trying to exploit my motel situation a couple of weeks ago. It came to my attention. And somebody said, oh, I know what motel Nandy living in. And that thing that supports Carmen was over there like, oh, salivating all over it. Bitch, I know your address. I ain't never said it online or salivated over the fact that I knew it or brought somebody on who could tell me about you, because I don't give a fuck about you at all. Not even a little bit, baby. I'm over here rebuilding my life. Maybe you should do some shit with yours, whoever you are. I don't give a fuck who it is. But this move is not prompted by that, because you can't just pick up and move. That just happened, I guess, I don't know, a couple of days ago. But so you can't just pick up and move like that. make a move like this. This is something that's been in the works, but the timing is just right. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity and for being out of this space. But anyway, it's a long digression. So I come off probation, and now I have to start rebuilding things, finding a place to live, and getting things like getting my driver's license again. Because everything I had to start from scratch, getting everything back, replacing this, replacing that, and it's really eaten through my money. Because yes, I came off my bond and I got my money back, but I also had to buy myself out, which was several $1,000s of two different places. Because Paulding, I didn't have to bond out because I was released on time served in that probation that I'm not on anymore. But several $1,000s for that. And just things, just trying to get clothes again because I didn't have any clothes. So once you get locked up, all that shit's gone. Everything. I have to replace I had to get a new cell phone. No, I had a cell phone, but I had to get a new cell phone plan. I literally was starting from ground zero when I got out of jail. And it's ate up all of my money. It's eaten through my money. Let me charge my phone up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me see. It's eaten through all of my money. And staying at this motel is not cheap, and it hasn't been cheap. It is, when people think of motels, hold on. When people think of motels, they think like $40 a night, $50, $60 a night. No, this is the Days Inn, and it's part of the Wyndham properties. I've spent easily 15 grand since I've been here, since I've been out of jail, easily. And I've been here over the summer months. And if you know anything about hotels, even if you're just traveling, hotels raise their prices in the summer because sports teams, these kids on these sports teams, they travel. All these schools, elementary schools, high schools, they travel across the country and stay in hotels during the summertime to play games or tournaments. So hotels raise their prices in the summertime. Every hotel across this nation does this. So there were times that I was at this very hotel paying $140 a night, easily, easily $140, $150 a night before tax. Okay, before tax. So, but on average, I probably pay about like one something after taxes a night here, which is not cheap. I mean, that's $700 a month easily, which is I'm sorry, not a month. I wish it was 700. If it was $700 a month, I'd still be it. That's $700 a week minimum. Sometimes it's more than that because like on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the rate here is like $130 a night, even without the traveling teams. But on regular night, other nights, it's like $100 or something like that. So I was paying like $700 a week to stay at this motel. Because, it got back to me that people were laughing that I'm at a motel. Baby, this motel was the best thing that ever happened to me. Ever happened to me. This motel is my launching pad, sweetheart. Okay? Not my cooling board, as the old people would say. I wasn't meant to die here or stay here. This is my launching pad. And I'm very, very proud of the progress that I have made in this season. Oh, she had not a motel. Bitch, where you live? Who name you living off of? Who name you working off of? But you worried about me and what I'm doing over here? Baby, I'm making moves in my life. Please know that shit. But I'm not even gonna give any of them, any of that. Because you're nothing and nobody to me. I know about the situations and shit that's going on. I'm aware, I'm a blogger, but I wouldn't even give that shit my time and my energy and give you the clout off of it, baby. I'm busy. Okay. And very uninterested. But so it's been expensive living here. So when y'all see me online going live, I'm making money. I'm getting paid from the platforms, as you guys know, and from YouTube. And I get money from that. I get several $1,000s, a few $1,000s a month, from my I have another business also. I do I started the footwork business. So I get money from that. I have multiple revenue streams, and I had to have it because this hotel is $700, motel $700 a week minimum, which is $3,000 a month. So while y'all laughing, talking about me begging for cash apps, this and that, you never know what somebody is using money for or how it's helping them from one season to the next. You never know. So I definitely wasn't using it to go and get my body enhanced, honey, and get fake titties and fake dimples like they do, and eating extravagantly. Y'all haven't seen me out once since I've been out of jail in an extravagant place eating, or any place other than maybe the Waffle House, maybe once or twice, because I've been very smart with my money. Like, I've needed every dime that I have because I'm trying to dig out of a hole. That $17,000 is gone, you know. Like I said, I had to use several thousand of it just to get out of those 2 jails, and then to pay the probation, and then to pay this hotel, and then to pay this and that. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So I'm still digging out, but I am well on my way to be better positioned to make the moves in life, to move to the next level. Everything in life is a level. We're all on different levels of life. And I, unfortunately, was knocked down to level 0. Okay. I was on probably the highest level, and I was knocked all the way down to 0. But you know the thing about levels, and you know the thing about starting over, if you are paying attention and you're astute and you're smart, the thing about it is you don't repeat the same mistakes and the lessons and the hardships that you had to make it to level 20. When you get knocked down to level 0, now you know how to climb back up that ladder because you've been up that ladder before. You know, this one is missing a rung. This one is a little, unstable when you're on your way up. So you know how to navigate on that ladder because you already been down and you on your way back up. And you know the steps. You can go up the ladder easier the next time than you did the first time when you didn't know how to climb that ladder. But now you have the skill. You know how to climb the ladder because you already been up there. And, starting over is exactly like that. If you're smart and you take the lessons you learned, the next time around, it won't be so hard to get back up to level 20. So that's what I'm doing. So I wanted to, vlog this and let you guys see what I've been doing, how I've been living, where I'm headed to, and what the next steps are, and take you along on this journey. I could hide it. I could be ashamed of it because I was at a hotel for the longest time, and I made sure to make that distinction between a hotel with an H and a motel with an M. And I guess people thought that it was funny, or it would be, something to laugh at and gawk at. Oh, she had a motel? Oh, she had not a motel. Yeah, I'm at a motel, definitely, because you do what you have to do in order to be able to do what you want to do. You have to do the work. And I'm not going to hide what that work looks like. When you do math problems in school, they tell you to show your work. You can't just give them the answer. No, they want to see the work that you did. And I have to do the work. And I'm going to show you guys the work in my fucking problem, in my math problem. I'm going to show you how I worked it out. That's what they be looking for on them tests. How did you work to that answer? So, so today I'll be moving out. My stuff is packed up. Let me take this. Let me take this. Let me see. All my stuff is packed up. So I have my suitcase here, my laptop bag, my purse, and this has been humbling. Yo, this is an experience. I'm not gonna hold you. This has been something. Yeah, I don't even know. This has been a journey. It's been a very, very difficult journey to be at the top in life. Hold on, let me see what they're doing out here. What's out my door? Oh, she's cleaning. To be at the top in life and be knocked down to level 0. It's humbling. And if you learned your lesson, you can get back. You can get back. God is able. He will restore you and replace everything you lost if you learned your lesson. Whatever that lesson may be. You know, not saying you got to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. So I'm not saying you got to be perfect. When I got out of jail, people are like, oh, she out of jail and she's still talking about Carmen and Tay. She's still, fuck yes, I'm not a nun. That's not required for God to bless me to be a nun. And it's paid me. It's helped me to get out this motel, bitch. Absolutely. So when y'all take these Cash App challenges, just know this. When y'all be doing the challenges and I be asking for the challenges, it's not so I can go out and get lobster and steak on your dime, go out and get body work done, go out and play and do this and do that. It's literally to rebuild my life. I always tell y'all that. It's to dig out of this hole. I always tell y'all that. I just never showed y'all. Today I'm showing y'all. Take this trash out. Hold on. No, not yet. This motel has been a godsend for me. And honestly, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm not like a motel. I ain't saying no fucking motel. But baby, this is way better than this is exactly where I needed to be in order to move on to the next level. You cannot skip levels in life. You cannot. You can't jump from 0 back up to 20 because you'll be back down to 0 real fast. You gotta do the work because each level brings a new lesson, a new blessing, and you have to be aware of what those things are, the lessons, the blessings, before you can get promoted to the next level. And today is my graduation day, bitch. To the next level. Huh? Oh, yes. Take this trash out. I guess they so excited to hear that I was living in a motel because they put me on a higher pedestal. They know who I am. They definitely know. And to see me at this level is delicious to them. And they can't believe it. They want to delight in that. But what level you on, bitch? Huh? What level you on? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, she bad. Really grateful. This hotel is quiet. Very quiet. It's very clean. I picked it because it's not the cheapest. Like I said, I'm paying $3,000 a month to live at this motel. This is not the cheapest, but it's clean, it's safe, and it has very high Google reviews online. And so I picked it because I didn't want to be in a place that had drug users hanging out in the hallways, get my throat cut in the middle of the night, or anytime somebody kicked my door in. This place has excellent reviews. How you doing? Did your wife tell you that I was leaving today?
You checking out?
Yeah. Did she tell you? She didn't tell you? Yeah. So anyway, this place has excellent reviews online, and it's one of the reasons that I picked it because it's really safe. It's clean. It's professionally run. And my thing cut off. My phone timed down. I was blessed to be in this place in this season of my life. It's very quiet, very clean. Y'all want to see where I used to stand to do my lives? I'll show you because I know people have been fascinated with that as well. Oh my God. Oh, she in the trees and the bushes, but where you hoes live at? How you living? How you getting by in life? What you doing to get yourself to the next level, bitch? Whoever you are. I don't give a fuck who it is. Somebody got in the comments one time, was like, oh, I know a drug rehab place when I see one. Bitch, I ain't in no fucking drug rehab place. I don't have a problem with drugs at this time in my life. And never will, ever again. That shit was a fluke, bitch. I don't seek drugs. Let me take you guys over here. Put my clothes in the dryer. Take you guys to my spot. But, you know, God is able. He will. Again, you don't have to be perfect because I'm not perfect. Everybody knows this. But I'm not a heathen either. You know, not all the time. Let's see. Hold on. A manager just lied to my face, telling me he didn't know I was moving out today. He definitely knew because his wife told me. His wife is one of the housekeepers here. She told me. If y'all heard her earlier on this line. What is that? Oh, a leaf. This is where I do my lives. Right here. I would come over here and do my lives because people have zoomed into my backgrounds on lives that I've been on and figured out where I was to come and unalive me, call the place and harass me and, you know, say all kinds of outlandish shit about me to the places where I be. They've done this over the years. We know that they have because they bragged about it. And I've been told about it from the places. So, of course, if I'm, you know, staying somewhere for my own safety, I've never gone to where Carmen and Tay live or anybody else they're connected to. I know your address. I've never gone there. I've never sent a goon out there. I could. I never call anybody to go out there and do X, Y, and Z. Take your pictures, fuck you up. None of that. I never did any of that. So I don't care. That's not how you get to the next level in life. I know that God wouldn't bless me if I did that. So, but that's the kind of shit that they've done to me. Followed me, went down to the Hilton, looking for my car on a regular basis, riding around the parking lot. I know all about it. Trust me. But anyway, so I will come over here, very nondescript background, and go live from here. This is where I normally go live from. You guys can see the background. And then we'll just go back over to my motel with an M, bitch. Like I'm supposed to be. Oh, she in not a motel. Yes, a motel, bitch. It's better than being homeless. And it's in my own name. I'm the one paying for it, bitch. Very grateful for this opportunity to be at this motel. Never thought I would even say some shit like that because I'm definitely a hotel kind of girl. I've never stayed at a motel, ever. It's my first time in life. But you know what? It was exactly what I needed in the time that I needed it. It served its purpose very much. I'm grateful for it. See, it's very quiet. You don't have people hanging out, you know, outside, smoking. They don't play that here. Smoking, drinking, none of that. Playing loud music, sitting out on the balcony. They don't play that. Not at this motel. Let's see. Let's go back up. So it's been very difficult. So I'll be able to save some money, you know, moving into the house today from the motel. This shit ain't cheap. I'm like, I thought motel's supposed to be $25 a day. What happened to that? And I guess they do have those too. So even in the world of motels, this is a better one for sure. There's a Waffle House over there. But phone time down. Go back to my room. Oh, they must have did this. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So, y'all excuse the little mess. I'm moving out today. So I've been trying to gather all my things to whatchamacallit, to move, to get ready to be out of here. Check out times 11. So I have about an hour and a half or so. Let toss this. I need another garbage bag. That's what I need. But I'm just about ready to move. Just to throw a few more things away. And let me wash my hands. Hold on, y'all. So I just came from outside. Hold on. Gotta keep them hands clean, baby. I say disease free, germ free. But so this is the first part of the live. Once I move into the new house, I will go live from there, give you guys a little walkthrough tour. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a walkthrough tour of the new house. And eventually you guys will see it because I'll be going live from there. And I'll be back to selling my teas. As you guys know, I used to sell teas a couple of years ago and did very well with that. But I couldn't do it from this motel because it's just not set up. Let me show you guys. It's just not set up for a tea operation. Like I wouldn't be comfortable, very particular with how I package your orders and how I assemble them and all that kind of stuff. So now I'll have, of course, a full kitchen and a house, a regular setting and surroundings where I can get back to business with the tea line, doing that. And some other things, I'll be able to dig myself even deeper out of this hole, or even more, not deeper out of the hole. It doesn't make sense. I'll be able to dig myself out of this hole even more when I move from here today, because again, this has been very expensive. It's very, very, very expensive. It's $3,000 a month. So while you laughing at somebody living in a motel, how much is your rent where you live? If you even have a place to live, to stay. And if you do, whatever it may be, one thing this season has taught me is that you got to stay humble. You have to stay humble. And I could have, when I got out of jail, I could have went back to a hotel with an H because I had some money when I got out of jail. Came off my bond. But like I said, I ate through damn near half of it paying to get out those places that I was in and taking care of business afterwards on the back end, and replacing everything in life. Like I had to get a new laptop because I'm like, okay, I got to go live again because that's my bread and butter, going live. I get paid from YouTube to do that. So I had to buy all new equipment, laptop, iPad, all the things. And I'm still not fully up to, up to the standard that I want to be, to give you guys the best possible experience when we do our lives and stuff. So I'm still working on that, getting another laptop, because I have to get one better than the one that I have. I mean, it works, but, just getting back to where I was and then moving past that, back to where I was before all this shit started 5 years ago. And this season has been troubling. It's been it's been a lesson, and I made sure to pay attention and take notes in this season so that I don't repeat this lesson and stay in this cycle. And oh, let me charge my phone up. Got a heating pad. Y'all sleep at a heating pad? I definitely sleep at a heating pad. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. So what I'll do is once I leave here, I will go live as I'm going into the new house and all that stuff, all that jazz, and take you guys along for that so you can see it and experience it with me. I definitely want to take you guys along. I will be over on TikTok doing most of this going forward. Basically just vlogging about this new experience, my new life, this new journey that I'm on until I get back to the top. And I will, sweetheart. Please believe that. I wasn't created to be down in a downward position. and neither were you, whoever you are. So you always have um, the option. God gives us options. You can either stay where you are, keep doing the same dumb shit you're doing, whatever it may be, and remain in the place where you are, which you all know what that is. That's being cursed. Or you can pay attention to what's happening to you and around you, and and through you, and move on to the next level. Yeah, I can't get used to being at level zero. It's not comfortable for me. It's very foreign for me. But it was necessary, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to climb the ladder again and get back even beyond the level where I was, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of time. But I just want to take you guys along on the journey with me and share some of it with you. Um, I purposefully ignored the things that you guys bring to my attention that other people say and do, like the person saying, "A motel, come tell us all about it." Stop. I'm not interested in knowing about those things. It means nothing to me at all whatsoever. And you know that it doesn't mean anything to me, because I don't even talk about, who do I talk about? Carmen, Tay, and now other people. We've been doing that for the last couple of years, but heavy on the other people at this time, other people and other things. And I talk about things that I find interesting, and people I find interesting, for various whatever that reason may be. And I don't give your ass airtime on my show, sweetheart, at all, whoever you may be. I don't call your name, baby. Please know that I'm not even paying attention to you in any way. I know you're trying to get my attention desperately, but I'm not even paying attention at all whatsoever. I'm busy. I'm busy rebuilding my life, putting the pieces back together. And I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to do that, even in a public way. It was a no-brainer for me to turn the camera on today. I could have not. I could have just moved into the new house and was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I moved, and this is my new place. This is my new digs." But I purposefully turned the camera on, because this is how you take the power from people. And you live unapologetically and without any shame. That's called being humble, in the situation that you're in. So I wanted to show you my humble beginnings, because that's what this is. And just taking this experience to move on to the next level. And I'm very, very grateful for it. So um, you guys, I see you guys are starting to send in some cash apps. I appreciate it. I definitely would appreciate the cash apps. I'm not going to even tell you how much. You can send whatever it is that you can send. $5, $10, $20. Somebody sent me $2.50. You know exactly who you are. Maybe a week or so ago. Yeah, a week and a half ago. Sent me $2.50. Sometimes you guys send me $100. Just different amounts, and I definitely appreciate it, because now you know how I've been spending my money. Not for play shit, not for bullshit. And I don't drink, I don't drug, so I wasn't spending on anything like that, but literally surviving and rebuilding and rebranding and revamping my life. Definitely. Um, so that's what I do. I'm I'm using this as a teachable moment, and I'm grateful to be able to do that. So all right, you guys. Well, I'm going to hop off. I will be on today from my new place, and, going live from there. And I have stuff that I need to do. Like, I already ordered some stuff from Amazon to be already shipped to the new house today, so I can get comfortable there. I didn't want to order a bunch of things here at the motel, because I didn't want to have to transfer a lot of things with me. So as soon as I get my clothes out of the dryer and I take the rest of this little trash out, I'll be moving out. And so I'll go live with you guys again to cover that. And then also we'll be talking about Carmen a little bit later today. And her latest, all the shenanigans, because I was going to go live last night, but I was tired. I fell asleep. I didn't even catch Ari. Ari did a live. You guys make sure you go watch her page, her show, the Ari Show 23. Follow her page. I didn't even, when I woke up, I saw that she had been live. I was like, dag, I missed it. But so, Busy today, very busy. Today's my graduation day. I'm moving out and I'm moving up and I'm moving on. And even me moving out into the house today is not my final destination. That's just the next step. That's the next rung on the ladder, because there's so much more that I still have to do. And I do have room. I will have roommates, a couple of roommates, and at the new house. But it's still so much better than living in a hotel space. This is a whole journey, you guys. I've never had a roommate before, ever. Not even in college. Like, I've always had my own place, my own property, whatever. And I'm not flexing. I'm just saying this will be a new experience. So I'll be telling you guys about that and take you along for the journey on that. But it is 100% a step up from where I was a year ago. And even from this motel, it is 100% a step up. It's a nice house and all the amenities that I need. And, I have a couple of roommates, but, I still have my own space and, my own bathroom and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have to like share bathrooms because I can't do that. That I can't do. But it's still a major improvement from this whole motel. And again, 10 years ago, I would have been horrified. I probably would have died, preferred death, if I knew that this was going to be coming down the pike for me, because I was at the pinnacle, at the top. But, everything and everyone has to come down at some point in time. God will humble you. You have to come down. Even the eagle has to come down out the sky and eat to eat. He has to come down to the ground. So God will bring you down to the ground. And you better be paying attention so you don't remain there and that you don't return there. And I don't intend to remain here or return here ever again. Ever. Ever. Let me see what some of your comments are. But I think Ms. Booker put it up already. The Cash App challenge. Yeah. If you guys want to send a Cash App, that would definitely help as I move into the next journey of my life and do some things. So, but I definitely fully intend. Someone said, grateful to be on the journey with you, Coach. Teammate for life. Thank you for that. I definitely appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing your comments. Someone said, Ashley Alexander, there is power in realizing that one difficult chapter does not have to become your entire story. 100%. 100%. Definitely. Sonia said, I'm so happy for you, Nandy. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. The J Experience said, way to go, Nandy. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Lena. What's up, girl? Melissa, what's up? Said, onward and upward you go, girl. Thank you so much. Hi, Miss Janice Harris. What's up, lady? Cynthia Tucker said, congrats. Thank you so much. Miss Pamela Burrell said, congrats. What a blessing. Indeed. No doubt. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you so much for the congrats. Miss Betty Thomas said, congrats. Thank you. Lisa said, congrats. God's perfect timing. 100%. We're all on. Everything in this world works on a schedule. Everything. Even the sun rotating around this axis. Not the sun. The sun doesn't rotate around the axis. The earth rotates on an axis around the sun. Let me get my biology hat back on, y'all. Even though that's more geology than biology, but and astrology. But the earth rotating on its axis around the sun works on timing. The sun rises and sets on time, every time. And everything works according to timing in life, God's timing, everything. Everything must abide by the law of time, every single thing. And in order to succeed and flourish in life, you have to align with God's timing for your life. And I'm in alignment. Like I said, I'm not perfect at all. I'm not going to get in here. I did something the other day that was completely wrong, which was talking about Carolyn's kids. I should have never did that. I've already gone on record and said that a million times. But you can't. So I'm not perfect. I'm not going to get everything right all the time. No one is. but you have to recognize what your errors are, what you're doing wrong. Fuck what they're doing that's wrong to you. It doesn't matter. What you're doing wrong. And you have to do better. You have to recognize it first, and you have to acknowledge it, take accountability for it, and correct it. That's it. It's important that we all know how to do that. I could have just never talked about them again, and said to myself, "Oop, that was wrong," or whatever. Well, I could have kept doing it or whatever, but no, I did it publicly, and so I had to go back on public record and acknowledge it and say it, and I did. Melissa Cortland, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, you guys. Cynthia Chambliss, thank you, lady. I really appreciate it. What's up, Bernadette? Someone said that happened to me when I was in a hospital, but they put a code on my room and information. And if you didn't have the code, they wouldn't tell you anything. Well, I know that now. That they told me that at the hospital. It was like, Miss Williams, unfortunately, we had to call the police, but it was one security, I guess she was a security guard or whatever, at the hospital who was really hoping that they weren't going to lock me up that night. Like once the police got there, she was hoping they were going to just give me a warning and a fine and trespass me, and she even said to the officers, like, she didn't steal anybody's identity. She just used a fictitious name. But in Georgia, if you use a fictitious name, if you make up a name, they call that stealing someone's identity. So I didn't steal anyone's identity. I've never stolen anyone's identity ever. Not ever in life. Like that will get you some real jail time. But anyway, so she was hoping that it wouldn't, but jail turned out to be the best thing for me. I got my bond money back. I got my blood sugar under control because it was out of whack. I was in a hospital a lot because my blood sugar, I needed an insulin drip. It was a lot. It was a lot. And being in jail, bless me, it wasn't where I wanted to be, but it was where God needed me to be in that time and at that time and in that position so that he could do some things in me, to me, for me, and through me. And he did. And he did. He did. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Hi, Mary Jackson. What's up, Lisa Marie? Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Angela, you in here? Thank you. What's up, Bo? What's up, the Ari show? Angela said, good morning, everyone. Congrats, Nanny. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to take you guys along on this journey. I'm going to be a lot more transparent because I had never you guys didn't even know that I was in a motel. Like I said, it came to my attention that somebody was on someone's live a week or so ago and said something about they knew where I was staying in a motel. But again, me moving out today, was already in the works well before that, because you can't just pick up and move and make a move like this. So clearly it was in the works. But and then it's crazy because I've had so many opportunities to talk about this person, that person, put this out there, put that out there, report on this to the law about that, and do this and that. But I haven't, because I don't give a fuck about you at all. At all. You don't ever see me make none of them my content other than Carmen and Tay. At all. I don't make posters about people and put their page on it for clicks for people to come over so they can. No. That means I'm a fan. You got to be a big fan to use my picture and put me in your subject line and get all excited about it. What? Okay. And I guess people are like, well, you must be a fan of Carmen's and Taste. I am, and they pay me very well. And I built my page around them. I don't just go rogue and just start covering other people, which, we will be doing that too. But I haven't gone rogue and just start talking about other content creators that I have a beef with or had a beef with. Why would I do that? The reason I covered Carolyn and her family the other day, because I never had a beef with them, you know? But if I had had a beef with Carolyn at one point in time, I wouldn't even be using her on my show to talk about it because, but because I was cool with, the situation between me and Miss Marion and her family, I felt like, it was cool for me to respectfully discuss what was being put online about them. But to actually just go pick somebody who I had a beef with and be talking and salivating all over the shit that they doing and saying is the complete fandom for me, sweetheart. Baby, I would never let anybody know I'm that obsessed and that much of a fan of somebody who's was an enemy of mine. Ever. Let me see. Ever, baby. And it's true because I ain't even reporting on the shit that's come to my attention recently. I don't care, child. But you would have been all over that. Oh, Nandy, so and so and so and so, making it breaking, and you broke up out your fucking sleep, bitch. Nah, boo. Nate Lena said, "Hey, Miss Lady, it's a very big day for you." It is a big day for me, no doubt. Very excited about it. So I'm gonna get myself out the dryer. Let me see. That's not the flip flop, child. I need to go. I'll take you guys with me. I need to go get another bag. It's my phone. Oh, my other phone is over here. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Y'all see how quiet? It's so quiet here, y'all. I would have never, ever stayed at a motel before. I would have never even considered it, y'all. But God will humble you, baby. Baby, I promise you that God will humble you. He will bring you down to the ground. And when you look around, baby, you ain't going to hear a sound. You know why? Because everything and everybody else going to be gone. And you're going to be utterly alone. That's the thing about levels and seasons. You got to go through them shits on your own most of the time. See, I've been here this whole time. I never went around this corner over here. Let me see. I imagine it's the same as the other corners, child. Let me see. The cleaning crew over here. Oh, they down there. I need a bag from them. They got a little pool over there. I've never been to it though. I don't go to hotel pools, child. Yeah, so when I was at the Hilton, I only used to put my feet in the pool. A couple times I went live from there. Too many germs, honey. I don't want to hear nothing about chlorine. And I damn sure don't sit in a jacuzzi in a hotel. Them germs get in my fucking coochie. You crazy? Shit clean. Pristine, bitch. Top tier. Everybody knows this. Ain't no fucking jacuzzi. Damn sure not getting in the jacuzzi. Alright. I'm damn sure not getting in the jacuzzi. Ain't no way. Hold on, y'all. Let me get a bag from these people. See what they say. Where are they at? Let me see. Not over there. I need a trash bag. But no, I absolutely would never get into a jacuzzi. There's
a big one.
Yes. Clean the room before I leave. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I gotta go back. I'll go this way. Back to the dryer. It's been crazy, y'all. It's been so crazy, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Anybody else? I don't know about anybody else. A lot of people will be so mad at God, so mad at life, so mad at themselves, so mad at their situation. Nah, baby, this motel is my launching pad, sweetheart. It's my launching pad. Put these bags in here. I was ordering from Cook Unity at one time. Y'all ever order from Cook Unity? They're chef prepared meals that you get. Because ordering out at a hotel is very expensive. It's at a motel, hotel. It's very expensive. So I was ordering from Cook Unity, which is great. Let me know in the comments if you've ordered from Cook Unity before. The meals were excellent. Excellent. They're prepared fresh locally by chefs. And it's much cheaper than ordering from Uber Eats and DoorDash every day. Much cheaper. Or ordering out, running to a fast food restaurant or whatever. See, it's very quiet here. Very quiet. And it's like this all the time. Very quiet, very peaceful, very clean. I would have never thought that about a motel. Ever. Let's see. Oh, my eyesight's still not 100% of me. Make sure I don't tumble down these steps, child. On my graduation day. Let's see. Still got 15 minutes. 16 minutes on this one. But I feel like they should be dry. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they're dry. I think for the most part. What's my shirt look like there? See my work shirt. Has my little logo on it. Footwork ATL. Kind of shit I be working on when I ain't online, child. Trying to get my trying to get my life together, baby. Rebuild some shit. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for play, bitch. I ain't got time for it, sweetheart. Yeah, I had to buy everything all over when I got out of jail. Everything. Literally. I had nothing but a cell phone that my friend had to send to the jail. I think I told y'all the story when I got out. What the fuck is that? Hold on. Baby, my head always on a swivel for the killer. My when I got out of Cobb, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So a friend of mine who I signed the money over to, she had also come up to the jail when she came to pick up the check. When I was in Cherokee, she took my book bag with my cell phone in it. And so when I got out of Cobb, we ordered a Uber car delivery service because she lives about an hour and a half away from Cobb. And so 2 o'clock in the morning, called for Uber courier, and they went to her house and picked up my book bag. She put it in the back seat, told the driver he's going to the jail to deliver it to me. And we tracked the whole ride, the whole progress. And he did. He brought it straight down to the jail. Hi, mommy. Come on by. Come on by, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you so much. And he came down. I mean, and the Uber driver, Uber courier service, brought my cell phone down, my book bag down to the jail. But that's literally all I had in this world. So I had to start over again. And I had to buy everything. all over again. But baby, my comeback gonna be so amazing. It's already well on its way. And it's gonna be so amazing, baby. It's gonna drive the motherfuckers crazy. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Gonna drive them crazy. I'll pull this up when I get to the house. Hold on. There we go. Baby, I'm not ashamed. I'm so proud to be where I am today. Because a year ago today, baby, I ain't know my motherfucking ass from my elbow. You fucking crazy. I was fucked up in life and not even enjoying it. I don't do drugs to get high and have fun at all. That's the tragedy of this whole fucking situation. On God. Tragedy of it all. But doesn't matter if it was for recreation or because you needed it. It's all the same journey at the end of the day. And I realized that. Make sure I got all my shit out of the dryers and washers. I think so. I got my bag of laundry. And I'm going to put that with my other stuff, my suitcase. Pack up the rest of my belongings. Get the trash out. Move on into the house. I'll go live when I'm pulling up to the house. So you guys can experience that with me. That's where we'll film my lives from, right over there between the trees. Maybe you can't expose me. Whoever the fuck you are. You can't expose me, baby. I expose myself. That removes all the power, honey. Many bitch you might even want to try. Turn this air on. Let's see. Oops, turned it on. This air gets this room so cold. You know what I don't like about this motel, though? This shade right here. Y'all see it? You can literally walk past people's room and look right into it. I mean, I guess maybe unless you stand right in front of it, you won't be able to see exactly what's going on. But this shade is just a little too sheer for my liking. All right, you guys, let me get off of here so I can get the rest of this stuff cleaned up. And let me wash my hands. I'll wash my hands again. So let me get off so I can get the rest of this stuff cleaned up and get ready to get out of here and move. Now that my laundry is clean, it's time for me to get going and skedaddle. So thank you guys for coming along with me today, this morning. Like I said, I'll be live again this evening or this afternoon, a couple of hours or so. I'll be live. And are you guys able to leave a comment? Because I don't see any. I see some comments, but I see them from earlier. I know this app sometimes. I was talking to Karina had said to me the other day, she was trying to make a comment and she couldn't comment. So I don't know what be going on with the app at all. Like the last comment I see is from I'm not sure what time this was, but I know that you guys have been making comments. I just can't see them. And or maybe you're not able to, because that does happen sometimes too. But you guys have a great. So I'm not reading your comments because I'm being shady. I literally don't see them. So you guys have a great next few hours. I'll be on. I'm gonna charge my phone up a little bit and yeah, and pack up the rest of my stuff and get out of here. And we'll, as I um, pull up to the new house, I will take you guys along for that. So you guys can see what that's like and experience again that with me and all that good stuff. So, but I'm not able to see your comments. I don't know why, for whatever reason. But just know that I appreciate whatever it is that you're saying. And if you guys that check the Cash App challenge today on my graduation day, I would appreciate it. Whatever amount that you contribute or donate will be greatly used. Y'all already know the journey. You know the story. Now I've brought you in completely. You see exactly what's going on, what I've been doing, how I've been moving, what I've been using my money on. It's been a money pit living in this fucking motel. It's not a $20 a day motel. It's expensive. It's expensive, which is ridiculous because it's supposed to be less when you're living at a motel. But anyway, you guys, I will catch you on a live in about an hour or so. Again, if you're leaving comments, I can't see them. The last one I see is from by 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. And I know that you guys have been leaving comments. Let me see. I'm on the screen if it'll fix it that way. Let's see. Oh, wait. Let me see. Let me look at the screen. Nope, it still didn't do it. Okay. All right, you guys. Let me get off of here. Y'all, I will see you in a few hours. My Cash App is Coach CoachNandi on Cash App, on Chime, and Cash App. All right, you guys. I will see you guys. It's on the screen actually. It doesn't have to be $10. It could be 10, 20, 5, 100, 1,000, whatever it is. I would definitely appreciate it. Y'all have a good rest of the morning, and I'll catch up to you guys in a few hours. Bye.